Hey everybody, it's Carpo. I just wanted to do this quick video. I'm actually getting ready to head out the door, but upload this while I'm going. Heading down to Goodwill, run a couple errands, go look for some after Christmas random stuff, and I've been listening to this lecture. Actually, off the subject, sorry, but these cool little headphones, they're little Bluetooth headphones, hook up to my phone so I can listen to these lectures. And not only do I have the ones that I've downloaded onto my SD card from my phone, but I also have found this website. It's basically the philosophy archives, and there's hundreds of lectures, over 800 different lectures or something you can listen to anytime, anywhere. So you just go right on there, pop them on, boom, got my headphones no matter where I'm at. And a lot of interesting subjects come up, and I just the one he talked about, this perfect subject. I can't remember the title of the author, but or the speaker, but he was talking about fear, anger, and love. So far, I'm halfway through the love one, but each lecture is about 45 minutes long, and it's really some perspectives that I've already kind of covered in my videos, but I've never really, it's nice to hear it resonate. There's someone else that I can resonate with on these ideas, because I've said that fear is fear prevents so much from getting done, because we're fearing the wrong things. But at the same time, the point that has to be remembered is that fear is the ultimate motivator. Fear is essential. So there is good fear, and I forget to point that out sometimes. And I forget myself, you can't be a fearless person. Some folks crave that fear so much, they do things, like bungee jumping, dangerous sports, and that adrenaline response, becomes addictive. It's ingrained within us somehow, perhaps, but anger was the other one that really I've had I had a discussion with a person once where they said that they've never seen anger benefit anyone. And I said, well, I beg to differ. I think that anger has its place. Anger is essential. And I'd say it ties in with fear a bit. But anger in its own right has helped excuse me. Yeah, sure, anger causes problems, but it's definitely solved just as many. Anger, one of the examples they were using was the feminist movement, and how women were telling each other how to get angry, that they need to get angry, and how there's so many different lines of thinking on anger. There's peaceful protest, there's peaceful objection to things, but sometimes anger is essential, and it is really part of our character. If somebody didn't get angry, people really wouldn't respect anybody. And I hate to say that, because if you know what I'm saying, you might say that you might say, well, not true, because people by nature would respect one another. I call bullshit on that, though, because I don't think people by nature are exactly these peace-loving, sharing individuals. We're humans. And we follow rules not only because we're good people. We follow rules because if we don't, we're outcasts, and we can go to jail, and we can get in trouble, get reprimanded. Now, don't be in denial. Everybody wants to break the rules sometimes, and I don't care how good of a person you are. There's a time when you're going to break the rules a little bit. You might speed, you might record or download illegally a song, or whatever your thing may be. We all break the law to a certain degree. One person may accuse a guy who smokes pot of being a serious lawbreaker, yet he's consuming a plant himself. Meanwhile, that person's maybe embezzling funds somehow from, private citizens, and getting away with it, and it's okay, because it's a white-collar crime, and it's the views of people, the perspectives. Each person's perspective is so different from one another. I love feeling out the differences in the way people think. I loved having that a conversation with someone now as opposed to when I was younger. Now, with the understanding that they are such a different soul, entity, being, carcass, whatever you want to call them. Each person is so much different than each other. It's something that I just can't expound on enough because it's the most important thing to remember every day. We forget because we are maybe all one organism, but at the same time we are separate entities. Cells act differently from one another. Molecules and forming compounds, act differently from one another depending on the slightest temperature difference or gravitational difference or so many different effects on humans. So, anyway, the emotions are important. Anger and fear are essential to motivate. Fear is a motivator, and anger is a motivator too. A lot of people wouldn't do anything if they weren't afraid of someone getting angry at them. Or if they didn't fear not being able to eat. You see what I'm saying? Not like a fear of like, I'm scared. But there are many rational fears. Most fears are rational to one degree or another. And so the one I'm listening to on Love right now is really interesting. I'll get back and do another video when I get back, see what he says. But I resonate with most of these ideas, and maybe I'll play a part if I can find one. But I hope everyone's having a great post-Christmas day. Namaste. Peace and love.